by Mickey Carroll. This guy again. Hello and welcome to another episode of Weekly Number, Nerd Man, and today we're going to be talking theory. I've come up with a theory of what I think is going on in the Batman films. If you don't want spoilers, these aren't spoilers, these are my theories, but like if you think that I am, really clairvoyant and can see into the future, and you don't, you want to be completely surprised by the film, then I would maybe consider what you want to do in terms of watching this. But then we will be tier ranking the James Bond actors and James Bond theme songs, and we're going to have a little bit of a celebration here. The James Bond theme songs, we're going to play little bits of the songs, so of our favorite ones, so that we can remember what they sound like. But we'll only play the ones that are our favorite ones. When you guys sleep, we don't sleep,
baby.
We don't sleep, baby.
We don't sleep.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be sleeping out this, and we don't sleep. We're not human.
We ain't human. Yeah, we are fucking Super Saiyans, bro. All right. So we'll be ranking James Bond actors and James Bond themes after. But starting off with the Batman theories. Now, I think I know what's going on in the Batman film. And it came down to one scene. And I think it might have spoiled the movie. So once again, I'm giving a warning. Right? I don't know what happens in the Batman film. Right? I haven't seen it yet. But this is just my theory. If you don't want to know it, you can.
Well, it's a theory. So you're not really spoiling. It is a theory. So
yeah, you can wait for a bit and then see the Batman movie yourself and come to the theory. But it came down to one scene that I saw. I might even play the scene for you guys. It's a new scene.
You can keep talking. I can turn on the camera quick. So what do you think the scene might have spoiled? Like a reveal?
I think I know exactly what's going on in this whole thing with the Riddler, essentially. So
please don't tell me you think it's some Batman Hush situation like the animated movie. Please tell me it's not that.
No.
One guy in the city more reclusive than me, but you never leave the shoreline.
All right, so here's the scene. It's with Bruce Wayne meeting Falcone at the funeral.
Okay, real quick, when you play it, pause it. Just let everybody know this scene is straight out of Batman Long Halloween. This is a Long Halloween reference, this whole scene.
It is out of a Long Halloween reference. Hey guys, I'm listening. I'll be showing love. Have a great stream. Okay, thanks. Thanks, Widow. Hey, Andrew. Hey, Big Ralph. So, yeah, this is the scene that was recently released.
But you never leave the shoreline. Aren't you afraid someone will take a shot at you? Why? Because your father ain't around. No Bruce Wayne. Wow, is that right? His father saved my life. I got shot in the chest. Right here.
It didn't show the whole scene there, but it's actually a really good scene.
Didn't I DM you guys the footage with the whole scene?
To it. Yeah, I don't know why they've changed it so that you don't see the whole scene now. But here's my theory.
But
Baby Dot is adorable. She loves you. So here's my theory. I think the Riddler is trying to reveal to Batman that his dad saved Falcone, but after he saved Falcone, Falcone killed the Riddler's parents, and that is why he's living in the Wayne, or that's why he grew up in the Wayne orphanage. Because if you remember I don't know if everyone's heard about it, but there was a prequel book apparently the Riddler grew up in the Wayne orphanage. Okay. So I think Falcone killed his parents after that. And then when he finds out that in fact Bruce Wayne
His
is
dad.
Batman and his parents were killed, he becomes a vigilante like Bruce Wayne, but instead he goes after the various people who killed his parents. And that's why the movie is about vengeance. That's why the theme of this movie is going to be vengeance. Right?
And
whether Batman is doing it for vengeance reasons or whether he's doing it to actually be a hero, and if he's different from the Riddler who's doing it clearly for vengeance.
Well, see, let me ask you this. Do you think, so what point in the movie do you think he knows Bruce's identity? Because if he knows, so I see what you're trying to say. So basically, if he's going at Bruce because he knows Bruce's dad saved Carmine Falcone. Carmine Falcone killed his parents. So in a way, if Carmine Falcone died, his parents would probably not die. We're not saying this is what it is, guys, but we are saying what if. I can see what you mean by that, and then, but once he finds out Bruce is Batman, then the tensions probably get higher. Because maybe he is a vigilante at the moment. Like, he kind of respects Batman, but Batman and him don't see eye to eye. But when he finds out he's Bruce, now the motivations change. It's like, now he wants to take down the Batman. Or he wants to still keep him out the loop and still want him to solve these riddles and, like play a sick little game.
Right. And that I agree with. I think that, I don't know if he'll know Bruce's identity from the beginning of the film. I think he might do, though. I'm not sure.
I hope he just did not spoil the movie.
But I want to know how he finds out who Bruce Wayne is, though.
Yeah,
I don't want him to who Batman is, because I don't want it just to be like, oh, he just knows who Batman is. If they're gonna do it, show Riddler doing the legwork.
I think in that interrogation scene when he hits the glass, I don't think at that moment he knows Bruce is Batman yet. I think it's later, but we know he finds out Bruce Wayne is Batman. We just don't know when or how.
So, have you got any theories about the Batman yourself?
I mean, I didn't have none like that. Theories do I got? Let me think. I don't know. I really have any like big theories on the spot. I mean, you really dropped a good one. That one's really good.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm more so like, what is going to be the fate of the Riddler in this movie? Like, because it seems like they're trying. This whole movie seems like Bruce is trying to figure out a conspiracy. His parents is part of it. Alfred knows something too. Because remember, Charlie says, "Alfred, why have you lied to me?"
Right.
No, you was you being honest. My Batman voice is tight, but it's like, what is this conspiracy? Is it Court of Owls related? Is it some new type of organization, or did maybe Thomas Wayne started doing some crooked business with Carmine Falcone, and Thomas Wayne isn't what Bruce thought he was? Maybe Thomas Wayne is not, and that might be interesting. Maybe this version Thomas Wayne may not be this person that people not really looked up to, but the person that was wanted to help people, got them a better place. What if he is actually crooked, and it basically kind of just blows Bruce's mind, like, why is, like, I looked up to my dad and he finds out his dad was doing some crooked shit.
Well, this is the thing. I'm wondering if they're gonna go there with Bruce Wayne's dad. Like,
they did it in the Joker movie.
It seemed, yeah, exactly, and that would be a hell of a coincidence. Yeah, that would be a hell of a coincidence if Matt Reeves was thinking the same thing, while that other guy was thinking.
Probably could have got.
I'm wondering if the bad thing that happens is just that he helped Carmine Falcone. But it would be a better film for me if the family are embroiled in a big conspiracy, I think
Or
it would be
and look,
better
for
if they
me,
did go that.
right? For me, look, that's just a little bit enough because you know it's because with that situation with Thomas Wayne, even the little things that you do, the smallest things, have like big ramifications. Because you know, Thomas Wayne could just like, yo, I took this oath, whether you're a criminal, whatever, I took an oath to save lives, whether you're
Mhm.
this, or that. And in doing so, by him saving Carmine Falcone, and he knows who Carmine Falcone is. And also, we have to see. Hopefully, they show it. I hope they show the scene because hopefully they just don't say it because Bruce has kept this a secret. He known it. He known that his dad helped out Carmine Falcone and stuff. And then when he grew up, he probably found out more about Carmine because since he's Batman, it's like him and Carmine had to have known each other prior to that because why would he go straight to Thomas Wayne?
Right,
Why would
exactly.
Carmine Falcone go straight to Thomas Wayne, this big, billionaire, owns Wayne Enterprise and stuff? Like, why would he go straight to this guy?
And you see from the scene when Bruce Wayne is giving him sass that, like, hey, he's like the Hippocratic oath. That's cute. Like
Right.
he knows more about his dad than he's letting on.
Right. And see, and I like how he did that too, because Bruce in that moment, he was because what Carmine was trying to do, like, yo, your dad helped me out, like, yo, he's one of us. And Bruce like, nah, he took a Hippocratic oath. He was doing his oath. He's not one of you. He's not like you. He was just doing an oath. Whether you're a criminal, whatever, he's gonna help you out. I like how Bruce did that because he's like in denial. He could be right, and I hope it's not this. I hope it's not just randomly Carmine Falcone thought to go into the Wayne's mansion, go like, you better help me out. You better
Yeah, that would be weird.
Because I was like, it's gonna be kind of stupid. Because I'm like, okay, you could have went to any other regular doctor's place, but if you're trying to stick up Wayne Mansion and force Thomas Wayne, one of the most popular people in Gotham, richest too,
one of the most powerful,
help you out, then that's not gonna make any sense. They know each other.
They know each other from before. Yeah, I think they do.
Carmine and Thomas got a relationship, and I know Thomas Wayne isn't dumb. He knows Carmine was doing some crooked, shady, criminal shit. So what if Thomas Wayne was, not saying he's doing some crooked shit, but what if
he be part of the Court of Owls? Could do you think that? Because do you think that's where the second movie is going? I mean, like that's the deeper conspiracy.
Well, from what Matt Reeves said, he kind of spoiled it. Because he wants to really do a Mr. Freeze situation. That's how I look at the second movie going. He wants to do Mr. Freeze, but that's not to say that the Court of Owls may not be like a secondary villain. They can be a main villain in a third movie. But if anything, they're going to do this whole conspiracy in Gotham of these crime families and stuff and these rich folks, then it makes sense that the Waynes will be part of that. But it can also be true that maybe when the Waynes jumped in, they thought the Court of Owls was like this, good group trying to do something. Come to find out, these are like radicals and stuff, and they want to do crazy shit. And maybe the Court of Owls is part of the reason they died in this version. They could have worked out something with Joe Chill, hired them, and say, "Yo, go into this alley. We know they're going to be here. Do the deed." Well, I don't know. Maybe in this version, Joe Chill didn't kill him. Maybe they didn't. Well, but we'll see because I
think Joe Chill did kill. I mean, like I think it will be Joe Chill, but I think is he linked to something? Right. But they targeted is the question.
See, that's why DC fired me. You can't do, man. That's why the MCU shit, man. You don't get your mind jogging like this.
Yeah, exactly. This is the thing. We're talking about like filmmaking, like cinematic filmmaking that we're about to witness right here. So, no one's going to be talking about Spider-Man No Way Home in 6 months.
Fact.
No one's going to be talking about that shit. No one's going to be talking about any MCU movie for the rest of the year. That's how it is. They're falling off. They're falling off. They know. They're scared. All right. Cool.
You have to take a shot. But nah, I'm keeping it real. Like I couldn't get no What's the last deep MCU movie I got into a deep thought about?
There is none. Don't try and pretend there
I
is
can't
none.
think of that. I tried it with Eternals, but Eternals are so trash. I tried the best I can with Eternals to hopefully get something riveting from that shit.
It's weak,
Oh, that
bro.
shit.
Weak sauce. I can't wait for the day that I have to rank the MCU heroes. Oh gosh, I can't wait because I'm gonna put all of them in the trash where they belong, apart from Captain America and Iron Man, and that's it. Oh, Black Widow might get like a little bit higher. That's all she wrote for the fucking Marvel heroes.
Well, we gotta
Fucking
make sure.
Hulk.
Gotta make sure
Hulk
we
and
put.
Thor
We
will
gotta
be
make sure we put Sprite over Hulk too.
yeah, trash. And that joke, Tom Holland is the worst. Like honestly, like one of the worst like superheroes I've ever seen.
Bro. When I saw that boy climbing up on that monument, talking about, oh, I'm up too high. Ooh, man, you swing in New
Yeah.
York, motherfucker.
Can't even save his own girlfriend and shit.
Man,
I'd have Andrews come in and save his own girlfriend, bro. Weak. All right, so let's go on to our ranking of the James Bonds.
yeah, just give me the names as they come, and I'll load up the themes.
We're ranking the James Bond actors first. It's just like 6 actors.
I can't even rank them, but well, I rank them based off like career or like movies.
No, just off the
James Bond movies. Like who's
the best James Bond? Yeah.
Damn, I can't even rank that because I haven't even seen all the movies. I haven't really watched any James Bond movies like that. Played the games. Yeah, I played the games more than I seen the movies.
All right, so here's our ranking.
Still better Tom Holland. 000. Oh my god.
Okay, so we've got 004, 005, 006, and top 007.
Where's the rest? There's more than that. It's like 38 movies.
No, not the movies. The James Bond actors. This one is going to be the James Bond actors.
Yeah, but isn't there more actors? There's like
38. No. Yeah, no. Most of those were Sean Connery. That was what happened. Sean Connery did a lot of it.
Oh, because I thought the thing with James Bond was that they changed the actor every single movie.
Do you guys think the rumor is true about Barry Keoghan being the Joker? I fucking hope not.
I hope he's not Joker. That dude is.
Jesus Christ.
Look, this is all I want. You know what? Don't even do it, but like, just make Joaquin Phoenix a variant Joker. He can still be in his own Joker universe, but he can MCU terms, but he can be a version of Joker. That's Joker in the Reeves universe. If they're gonna do Joker, just bring him in, have him be Joker, like absolute Joker. Don't do an origin again. Have him Joker. He's around the same age as Matt Reeves' Batman, and he's good. Or just cast another actor. It don't matter.
Oh, by the way, guys in the comments, if you can ask some questions as well. Like get involved, ask some questions if you want to ask us anything. But also, if there's a tiebreaker between me and K-Dots on our James Bond choices, you can choose in the comments where you think this James Bond should go, or just tell us where you think the James Bond should go, just so that we can have an interaction.
I think the only I can probably rank is Daniel Craig.
You ain't seen any of the movies of any like even if you've just seen one like.
I have, but I've seen like glimpses and stuff, and like
that's fine. Just from the glimpses, like what your general impression.
Like small glimpses. I never watched a full James Bond movie besides the Quantum of Solace, and I've seen some of Skyfall and some of
All right, I'm gonna start off with George Lazenby. So George Lazenby, for me, I'm gonna put still better than Tom Holland, which is true. But double O no. This guy, he had no business in a James Bond suit. He was just very boring, very one-dimensional. Didn't really capture like the smoothness or the like this is like a really handsome guy or anything like that you think like the ladies would just like be think it's so suave that they need to like go away with or whatever, or just any of the seductive quality of James Bond. I just didn't find anything interesting about this James Bond. Even the thing that they say with him having the emotional side because his wife dies at the end and he actually gets married, even that I don't even buy that.
Yeah.
It's a very good James Bond movie at all.
Let me make this clear that I do know about James Bond for sure. He's a suave, sexy ladies man. He's a badass agent. He ain't Batman, but he's a badass secret agent. He gets all the best gadgets. He's one of the best agents. He's the best agent to turn to. Agent 00.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm going to put him in the lowest bracket. Where are you putting him, Kalos? If you haven't seen the film or even any clips of him, just don't worry about it.
No. And I just looked at his discography. Never seen any of his films.
Okay. Guys in the comments, where do you put George Lazenby? If you are like James Bond aficionados, let us know where you put George Lazenby in terms of the James Bonds. Okay, so we're going to go on to Pierce Brosnan. Pierce Brosnan. Now, this guy is about to play Dr. Fate, so he's already gone up in my estimations for being a DC guy. Pierce Brosnan right there, our Dr. Fate. However, as James Bond, I think he's really, really good, but I fucking can't stand his movies. I think they're the most overrated. Even GoldenEye is okay. I'll give him GoldenEye. That's an okay, maybe even top 7 James Bond movie. But still, it's got like its corniness factor and it's too over the top. He's the best thing about those James Bond movies, and he plays the best version of like somewhere between the superhero, super spy James Bond and the more kind of grounded James Bond as well. So, or not grounded, but more gruff and rough around the edges James Bond. So I do like that about him, but I'm gonna have to put him in 005. I just think the movies let him down a lot. Let's see what they have to say about that. George Lazenby, put him in 006. He was good for one movie. Oh, interesting. Pierce Brosnan gave us GoldenEye, so I give him a point. Okay, fair enough. Where are you putting Pierce Brosnan?
Well, look, I can't rank him based off the film he's in the James Bond because I've not seen it.
He was good in Missed Outfire.
I seen him in The Foreigner, that Jackie Chan movie. He was in Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief.
You was good in that. Have you seen him in Mrs. Doubtfire? That's my favorite Pierce Brosnan performance.
You know what? He played hold on, wait a minute. Give me a second because I think I remember what character he played.
He played the boyfriend.
Oh yeah, he played the Minotaur in he's all right. You guys, I'm gonna have to rank him.
Wait. Are you talking about Look, have you seen Mrs. Doubtfire? Tell me you've seen Mrs. Doubtfire with Robin Williams, where he plays
like a while ago, but I barely remember it.
Oh shit, man!
That
film's funny, bro. I was confused. Like you've never seen that? Okay, fair enough. All right. So what did he play in Minotaur?
He played a Minotaur in Percy Jackson, the Lightning Thief. He was good in that movie, but I can't really rank him. But from what I've seen of him, he's not a bad actor. He's pretty good.
Oh, he's a fantastic actor.
I
He
can't
really
rank
is.
him, but I can give my opinion on what I think about the actor.
But I'll say this: him in Mrs. Doubtfire is fucking flames, bro. The way he's just the perfect sleazy boyfriend to piss you off if you're like going through a divorce and Pierce Brosnan becomes your your wife's boyfriend and he's
Actually,
like taking your kids out and shit and he's like some rich dude. Like, and Robin
actually,
Williams is just the best fucking dad ever, and he's so sweet, and just him against Pierce Brosnan is so fucking funny. But go
well,
on.
for me, I actually need to rewatch Miss Doubtfire because Miss Doubtfire is not one of my favorite Robin Williams films. It's actually
Watch it again. Watch
well,
it again. I bet you change your mind.
Jumanji's like really my favorite.
Jumanji's good, but watch Miss Doubtfire.
I love.
When did you see it? You saw it when you were a kid, right?
Yeah, Miss Doubtfire. I was a kid. I was young, like super young.
Watch it
I was
again
like
because some of
7
the
or 6.
jokes go over your head. The jokes are funny in that. And some of the jokes are like, it's good to watch as a kid, but it's one of those kids movies that when you watch as an adult, you go, that's actually quite funny as well.
Oh shit, he was in Christopher Nolan's. I need to watch Insomnia now. He was in Christopher Nolan's. I'm gonna watch that movie today.
Really?
I did not know he was in Insomnia.
Wow, that's crazy. All right, so we'll go on to our next James Bond. I'm gonna go Daniel Craig. This guy has my favorite James Bond movie of all time. He's in my favorite James Bond movie of all.
Now I can rank him. I seen Quantum of Solace. I can rank him.
You ain't seen Casino Royale?
Didn't I say Casino Royale? Oh yeah.
You said Quantum of Solace. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I seen him in Quantum of Solace.
But have you seen Casino Royale?
Yeah. Wait. I don't remember.
The one where he's playing the cards?
Which one was the one he was running on top of the train?
Poker. Oh, that one's the third one. Fuck, I don't know what that was. Oh, Skyfall.
No, it wasn't Skyfall.
That's where he's running on the train. Skyfall.
Oh, where everyone he's running on the train. And when I seen Daniel Craig, he's a pretty cool Bond. People said he was a lot like very different, like from the regular Bonds. Like he's the only one who had like more movies than most of the other Bonds.
Oh, all right. Hey, man, I'm gonna invite you on.
Who you bringing on?
See if J-Man can come on. I don't know. Maybe he's busy because he's often working. But I'll just
hop in here, J-Man. I can only give my opinions, guys. I've not seen the movies, so I can't really rank. I'm just here to
All right. What the hell just happened there? I sent him some bullshit. All right. So, yeah, J-Man, jump on if you can. Only for a few minutes, as per usual. Okay. Casino Royale is awesome. Look, put it this way: Casino Royale is fucking awesome, and I love his performance in Casino Royale. That for me, he did the same thing that Christian Bale did for Batman in Batman Begins, which is he did the greatest performance ever of Batman, bar none, is Batman Begins, of a person playing Batman Bruce Wayne. He goes through a genuine arc in that story. That is what Daniel Craig did for Bond.
So you're saying he's like the definitive James? So you're saying he's like the definitive James Bond in a sense?
In that movie. Unfortunately, he decided to change his style, or the studio decided to change his style in the subsequent movies. And that's where he falls off for me. He's just not as compelling ever again as he was in that Casino Royale movie. And quite frankly, the Skyfall movie that everyone is bananas about, I think is a joke. I don't think it's that good at all. I think it goes back to the things that Casino Royale escaped from. James Bond, the superhero. We were following, for once, James Bond, the human being, and then they turned it into James Bond superhero with his super quips and his super, weapons and all of that kind of nonsense. And it was exciting to see a different spin on James Bond for once. And I was like, nah, I don't like where this is going. And it never got better after that. So I'm kind of struggling. I'm struggling to rank Daniel Craig. And especially with the last movie I saw, which I wasn't a big fan of either. It's really, really hard to rank Daniel Craig. If it wasn't for that last movie, I could still put him in 007 easily. But with that last movie, it kind of lost me a lot. I'm going to still keep him in 007 because he simply did the best performance in my mind of James Bond in one movie of any actor ever.
Let me ask this. If you had to compare his movies to the previous James Bond movies you've seen, like just on the quality of a movie, how would you compare his to the majority that you've seen? Like, is it the higher, like, let's say there's a top 10. Is it even in the top 10 and higher top 5, below the top 5, but still in top 10? Like,
I think there's so many bad Bond movies.
I think that'll help you better rank.
There are so many bad Bond movies, and Jay, I want to get J-Man's thoughts on this. There are so many bad Bond movies that Daniel Craig's movies still end up in the top 10, but it doesn't take away from the fact that his James Bond just isn't as cool in those movies. Like, if you're talking about like how coherent the movie is, like from beginning to end, like, is it written well in the sense of, you know, like you can just follow it as a story easily. It's not got like certain cheesy factors of the old James Bonds and stuff like that. It's got better action because of modern CGI and stuff like that. So yeah, in that sense, it's they'll be like top 10 or something like that. But the unfortunate problem is his James Bond sucks in those movies. He's gone from his own original unique spin on James Bond to kind of just aping a little bit Sean Connery here, a little bit Pierce Brosnan there, a little bit, Roger Moore there, and it's not really original anymore. And then he just does all of that, but while making it boring as well. So I know that his James Bond continues to be the compelling character it was in Casino Royale. J-Man.
Real quick, I'll say this. I think it was in the most recent, recent movie before the one that just came out. I think it was Skyfall. I did love that fight scene where he's fighting that dude in that helicopter at that party, at that little parade.
Oh right, yeah. I thought that. Yeah, okay.
That was pretty badass.
I'll let J-Man talk. So J-Man,
J-Man.
So far I've done Lazenby, Pierce Brosnan, and Daniel Craig. So start with Lazenby.
Well, it's tough for me on this one because Lazenby's movie is, I think it's the best James Bond movie, and it's my second favorite James Bond movie. Him as Bond. Yeah. I have no affinity for any James Bond. I watched them all in a row when the Blu-ray set came out for the whatever anniversary, and then I've seen everything since then, and I fell in love with James Bond just on that Blu-ray set. And then I went back and read almost all the novels. I'm almost done. I've read 11 of 14 of them. Wow. And I have Roger Moore's autograph from before, and I've got the cars. I have a whole little shelf dedicated to James Bond. So I now love James Bond. For me, that movie was just amazing. It was very close to the book. But anyway, so Lazenby himself, it's tough. The movie was so good, but James Bond, I would put him in the, what's the top thing? 007 is the top?
Yeah.
I would put him in the middle. Yeah, I'd put him in the middle because I think he did a good job as James Bond. It's tough. It's only one movie, so it's very difficult to see like where that would have gone, where it would have continued on if he would have been one of the greats or just kind of stuck in the middle. So it's hard for me. Sean Connery is
wait.
I'm not getting into that. We're not getting into that.
Don't spoil it.
Well, I've got a meeting in about 15, 20 minutes, so I will.
It's not going to take us that long. It should take us that long.
So anyways, yeah, so that's that. And then is that Pierce Brosnan? I'd leave Pierce where he is then. I think that's like okay. Like he himself is charismatic. he's okay, and his movies were okay. GoldenEye was the better one of the four.
Yeah.
He as James Bond is okay. He's channeling a little bit of Roger Moore, but putting a more modern spin on Roger Moore. So, I mean, you know, he was a cool guy. He's okay.
Yeah. Okay. And then Daniel Craig, I've got him in
So,
007 for Casino Royale.
If you would have asked me, if we would have been watching Casino Royale and you paused the movie halfway through and then you said, hey, Jay, man, where's Daniel Craig? I'd be like, dude, man, Daniel Craig is killing this. This is a great movie. And then the last act of that movie was a bit boring. I'm like, you know, him with the girl Vesper, and I'm like, well, I know she dies and betrays him anyways, so like whatever, right? Like I just like get on with it. But anyways,
I didn't know that because I haven't
okay,
read the book,
yeah.
so.
But no, it's good. Casino Royale is a very, very, very good movie, and then the rest of them are all boring, lifeless, grayscale. He doesn't want to be James Bond. He's like, oh, it's like basically by the second or third movie, he now is too old to be James Bond. He's got injuries. I'm like, what is going on here? When was his peak? It's like he peaked on Casino Royale. And then it's dreary mess. And it's like boring. And he's like, oh, I don't like being James Bond. I want to retire. Well, then fucking retire. And then it's like, and then this last movie, they just kill everybody. I'm like, wow, this 5-part series may be good for some people. It's not James Bond, and it's a dreary, boring mess. After watching James Bond movies, I felt very good. I felt like there's a lot of adventure in the world and there's excitement, and I want to go to these different locations, and I'd love to go to, you know, India and hang out there, and I'd love to go to, you know, wherever, like, you know, all these other locations that he's gone to and trying these different foods and seeing all these exotic women and cars and all that. And all of that was stripped the fuck away for these last few movies. And I thought, this is a dreary, and it's a perfect James Bond for our time. Lifeless, creativity sucked out of it. It's like all the villains are boring. It's like they took Blofeld and made him Dr. Evil. Blofeld was a Dr. Evil storyline. It's Austin Powers 3. Oh, we were kind of stepbrothers or something. We didn't like each other. I'm like, really? Blofeld is a super mega genius in the books. Not one movie has done Blofeld credit from the books that I read, and he is a super mega genius in those.
Yeah.
Anyway, Daniel Craig is like, he might be a good actor and he might be good in that role, but that role is not James Bond. So I would put him as nothing. Like, it's not James Bond to me. The first hour of Casino Royale, yeah, like James Bond wants to serve you know, Queen and Country or whatever, right? He wants to go out there and fight the good fight. This was a lifeless Bond.
Nothing. Still better than Tom Holland though. Okay, but
he's better than Tom Holland.
Nothing.
It's not James Bond. It's just like this big.
I mean, he still was fucking good in Casino Royale. You can't
in the first hour, yeah.
No, in the whole movie, he was good in the whole movie.
Okay, he was okay in the whole movie. I'll give you that.
Wow,
you know what's funny?
Daniel Craig down a lot.
I don't like him at all. I think it's not James Bond. And remember,
I agree with you on the rest of the movies. I think after Casino Royale, I didn't know why everyone was doing backflips over Skyfall. I thought that was a complete horrid mess of a movie, and that he just regressed back to being the superhero James Bond that was, you know, that was what was interesting about him in that first movie, was he wasn't superhero James Bond. It was like James Bond pared down, and he was a human. He made mistakes. He got out of situations just from luck. It wasn't like he had some mega plan to like escape or some shit like that. And that was an interesting take on James Bond. And then they just abandoned that in the third movie because the second one was a mess. And that was to do with the writer's strike. But if they had continued that version of James Bond, I would have liked that. But like this new, like where he doesn't even, like that one where like the Spanish girl tells him to take off his top and then she doesn't really want him and stuff like that. I'm like, why is that in this movie?
Yeah, like what is happening?
You know, like what is this? Even if you wanted to do a situation where a girl doesn't fall for James Bond's charms, this is how you do it? Get out of here. I mean,
the movies got worse in my opinion, because even Quantum of Solace still had a little bit of, he's trying to be James Bond and he's on a mission and he's doing something. And then it just started to be like, oh, I don't want to be a spy anymore, and I'm going to retire, and I'm out of shape. It's like, if Casino Royale was your first mission, you became out of shape pretty quickly. It's like by your third mission, you already are too old to do this job. It's like, I just don't get that. I don't get it. They tried to do all this stuff with this character and it worked. I'll give you Casino Royale. That was a solid movie. even with some of it being a little slow for me, is still a solid movie. And we kind of walked out of that movie thinking, okay, let's see where this goes. Maybe this will be a new Bond for today. And then it was like the next movie, I'm like, I don't know. And then Skyfall, I'm like, oh, this is way too long. What's going on? What is the plot here? Spectre's a mess. And this last one was a disastrous fucking garbage shit show mess, bad movie, except for that girl, whatever, the good looking one with the, what's her name? Ana de Armas or something, whatever. She was good.
Yeah.
And that's about it. Everyone else is just awful. I don't know. It's just lifeless to me. James Bond used to be exciting, and I didn't even grow up with them. It's not like I have because my friend Steven, who you've met on my streams, he loves Roger Moore. Him and his dad went to go see every Roger Moore movie in the theater. It was just him and his dad, none of the other family. It was their bonding moment, and they would do all this stuff, and it'd be like, yeah, and he loves that for the experience. I don't have any of that. I watched these in my 30s, and I'm like, I don't know. I saw the Craig's in the theater when they came out opening night. I saw every Daniel Craig movie. I just thought,
Yeah. All right, let's go on to Timothy Dalton, the man himself.
He's underrated.
The man of the hour. 007. I love this guy.
He's
those
awesome.
two movies are great. I don't even understand why people say they're not good Bond movies. They're just good movies. They are good Bond movies. I especially like this. I think the second one, License to Kill, where he's going after the drug boss or whatever, who killed his best friend. He kills his best friend, the CIA agent. Fucking love that movie. And this is what Daniel Craig was doing in the beginning. But just done well throughout the movies. It's like James Bond turned into a human being rather than some crazy fucking super spy who always has the right quip to say and whatever. But they still kept the spirit of the character. They made it realistic that the ladies loved him. They made it realistic that he was still a badass and all of that kind of stuff, while still keeping it very, very grounded. And he had some great villains. He has some great fucking James Bond themes for the beginning of his movies. So altogether, I think Timothy Dalton, highly underrated. He goes straight in 007 for me. K-Dots, do you have anything? Did you manage to watch any of Timothy Dalton? Let's see.
I heard of Timothy Dalton, but I never seen his Bond movies.
My young boy hasn't seen any of this stuff.
So you're terrible. You're awful. I'm gonna call child services.
Hey, these movies are older than him.
I mean, to be fair, I'm not a huge fan of spy movies. Like Mission Impossible, I can never get into that either.
When were you born? What year were you born in, K-Dots?
99.
99. There you go. The movies, Timothy Dalton.
I mean, I go back even I've sat on Mission Impossible, and that's like a secret agent spy. I'm not really into spy movies like that, like spies and stuff. I think they're cool, but they're not my type of really my speed.
I don't know. I don't even love James Bond a lot because I just think it's ridiculous. This idea of this British super spy working for king and country and all the fucking old.
I'm just not into those type of characters like spies and people who sneak into stuff and infiltrate. I'm not really.
I just can't. I can't disconnect him from colonialism. I just really can't. I just feel like he's the perfect hero of the colonialist mindset of the UK, where he's going around fucking with the UK's former colonies like India and all of this kind of shit. I don't like it. And Jamaica and the West Indies, they're always going for king and country, whatever is good for king and country, or queen and country in our case. So I've never dug it, but for what it is, I think Timothy Dalton kind of subverted that enough where I found interest in it. So J-Man.
Yeah, Timothy Dalton, Daniel Craig is trying to do what Timothy Dalton did. And when those two Timothy Dalton movies came out, those were actually the first two James Bond movies I ever saw back in the time. And I wasn't into a lot of these characters all came from the men's magazines, which is like the Destroyer, who's Remo Williams. There's James Bond. Who's the other guy? It's like Avenger. There's a whole bunch of these male characters who go around and fight the good fight and all that. And they're these periodicals and that kind of thing. So you basically pick who you like. Remo Williams has like 150 something books to date, and James Bond had 14 Ian Flemings, and then I don't know how many people continued on. They just continued on forever. So like when Timothy Dalton had come out, I wasn't a James Bond person as you guys were, and so I saw these movies.
I wasn't.
These are, I thought they were.
I never have been.
Yeah, no. Well, I saw the two Timothy Daltons. I thought, wow, this is quite exciting, and people were telling me, oh no, it's too serious. And I was like, oh, maybe this isn't the right James Bond. But now that I've read all these books and I've watched everything, I think Timothy Dalton is very good. I would just put him one down only because Sean Connery for me is going to be the only one in that top thing. But I think Timothy Dalton was very good. And I believe that people, because James Bond changes with the times, right? Like I love Roger Moore. I think he's the coolest person who ever lived, and I just love him. So, but the James Bond movies of Roger Moore, I love them personally. But I know that some people think some of them are cheesy, but some of them are actually quite good. And the ones that are the better ones is like what you're saying, where he doesn't really have the gadgets. He uses his wits to escape, or he's able to do something more realistic to get out as opposed
to... Well, let's move on to Roger Moore since you've started Roger Moore.
Okay, so I would put Roger and Timothy Dalton in the same thing and move them down to the 006. The reason why Roger Moore is so high is that he brought a lot of the cool aspects and the suave, and the ladies and all that stuff. But also there are some movies where he did do a lot of great little things to escape from traps. So like For Your Eyes Only is probably my second or third.
Thanks, I love food.
I think For Your Eyes Only is my third favorite Bond movie, and he does a lot of great action bits, and there's car chases, and it's not just gadgets or him pressing a button and releasing fluid from a car. It's like he's beating the bad guys with his wits and with his intelligence. And that's what Timothy Dalton did in both of his movies. Roger Moore only did it in a couple of his movies, but also a couple of his movies were a lot of fun. Like I know people poke fun at Moonraker, but man, it's a hell of a great fun movie to watch. So I think Roger Moore is a very important James Bond and deserves to be, second from the top, just for that reason. And I personally, if someone told me they were that Roger Moore's their favorite, I'd be like, sure, because I love Roger Moore. I love Persuaders, him and Tony Curtis. That's a great show. I love Roger Moore in general, so I'm just like a fan of Roger Moore himself. So for sure, and The Saint is a great show too. So I definitely put him as the second. He would be my second favorite Bond of all time, and then Timothy Dalton.
Okay.
And then the others.
K-Dots. Do you have anything to say about Roger Moore, or you can't?
Roger Moore? Hold up.
He's looking him up.
You're looking him up?
No, I swear, because I heard
he was in Spice World. You must have seen Spice World.
I've probably seen one of his movies. Right? I heard of that actor. It's probably seen one of his movies. Wait,
you've heard of the actor? God damn!
God.
Wait a minute. The Saint.
Yeah,
The Saint.
I remember seeing The Saint a long time.
No, but it's a black and white show.
He's looking up Roger Moore and shit, a fucking movie icon. All right, I'm gonna go on.
I mean, he had a nice Octopussy too.
I love Octopussy. That's a fantastic. I love all of his movies actually.
I'm gonna say this about Roger Moore. Why was
that movie called Octopussy? I haven't seen that.
That's her name. Her name is Octopussy.
That's her name. His girlfriend. Yeah, exactly. That's a pimp right there.
Octocat.
I'm gonna say this about Roger Moore. Now, there is a slight chance that this might be a nostalgia thing, but I don't think so. I really don't think it is. I fucking love Roger Moore.
Of course.
There's one reason. I grew up with him, obviously. He was my first introduction to James Bond. Yeah. But to be fair, I saw the Sean Connery movies at the same time. So Sean Connery and Roger Moore were my James Bonds. It wasn't like I just saw Roger Moore. And he had no competition. He had competition in Sean Connery
Yeah.
I was watching them as an impressionable kid, and I always warmed more to Roger Moore. Maybe because you might think his films were a little bit more child friendly or whatever you want to call it. But the thing about Roger Moore that I love more than any other James Bond is because I don't take this concept seriously. I think it's ludicrous. I think he's laughable as a character. This super spy who gets all the girls so hot they drop their panties like straight away, like for him, and he goes around pretending he's a hero when really he's fighting for like the corrupt English upper class or whatever the fuck he's fighting for. You know, so or British national interests around the world. So I can't take that concept seriously as him as a hero. If he was a villain, maybe I could take it more seriously, but like as a hero, I can't take it seriously. And neither did Roger Moore. And that's what I fucking loved about Roger Moore. He did it with a wink and a smile and with ultra charm. He was like to what Chris Reeves is to Superman, he was to James Bond. He knew what he was playing. He knew to have fun with it. He was infectious. You believe the ladies would fucking love this guy because he was that suave, and his one-liners. You know, like no one pulls off the James Bond one-liners like Roger Moore because you just don't believe them. You just are like, oh, this is just like an action hero pulling off his quips. Whereas you believe Roger Moore would say that shit because he's that funny and he's that goofy and he's that charming. I'm putting Roger Moore in 007 where he.
I agree with you. There.
Now. Oh, okay. You're putting him up there as well. Okay.
Well, I was saying personally, I would put him up there because I personally love him, but I wasn't sure if I'm trying to think like representation of the Bond character versus the novels versus what it kind of was, you know, organically from, you know, but for me personally, Roger Moore's like I love Roger Moore. You got to watch Persuaders, Nerdman. Have you seen Persuaders?
I haven't seen Persuaders. No,
it's one season. It's right before he became James Bond. It's him and Tony Curtis, and they're basically like two James Bonds working together. It's like he's like a super rich. They're both rich guys. So one guy's rich from the Bronx, and Roger Moore's rich, and he's the big European guy. So they team up together to like fight bad guys.
I used to watch the Saint.
The Saint is awesome too.
I like that a lot.
Okay, Nerdman, I gotta go on this meeting. This was awesome.
Oh, you're gonna be disappointed where I put Sean Connery, but go for it. Go for the meeting.
No, Sean Connery's amazing.
Where are you putting Sean Connery?
I'm putting him at the top. Roger Moore and
putting
Sean
him
Connery
at the bottom.
No, you're this. Oh, fail stream. This stream is a fail. You have failed the stream.
I am putting him at the bottom. But good luck with the meeting, man. Have a lovely day.
Care,
Thanks
guys.
for jumping on.
Yep. Bye.
Okay, so Roger Moore is in 007. I was going to leave it up to you guys. Let me know, what do you think of Roger Moore in the comments section? Do you think he was a little too goofy? I actually really love a few of his movies as well. The Spy Who Loved Me, The Man with the Golden Gun, I think is actually you can just watch it and it's a kind of fun movie. And what was the other one that I really like? And it's the best villain. I don't know why they don't bring back The Man with the Golden Gun. I think he's better than Blofeld, in my opinion. And there's another one that he did. I think it's the one in Jamaica. That one's live. So between those movies, I really love Roger Moore. And I'm sorry, I'm putting Sean Connery in the bottom. Now, I will take J-Man's vote into consideration. And yes, Sean Connery is still better than Tom Holland, but Sean Connery is Scottish. That's the first thing. He's fucking Scottish. I can't get over that. I think Americans don't understand how silly it sounds when you hear James Bond with a Scottish accent. That's what you don't get, because you in America, you think of it as it sounding still like very like, I don't know, posh or something like that. But to us, it just sounds like a Scottish dude. It's like me being James Bond, or like some, you know, very kind of London streetwise kind of person with an accent with a Cockney accent being James Bond. It makes no sense. Plus, I don't think he's all that charming. I don't get like why ladies even think of Sean Connery as that hot. I really don't understand him as James Bond. He's just, he's, and his movies are boring as shit. They are fucking boring. You watch those movies, and I don't think they hold up the way people say they do. I think Roger Moore's movies hold up better. That's my honest opinion. And then when you talk about, Daniel Craig, Casino Royale, or Timothy Dalton in his two movies, he did what Sean Connery was trying to do better. Both of them did. That's my on Sean Connery. K-Dots, do you have anything on Sean Connery, or are you just... Oh, here we go. Sean Connery, I love food. Sean Connery is Pimp Hand Connery. Sean Pimp Hand Connery 007. He did slap those chicks. You love to slap the chicks. K-Dots, you're not around? Maybe? I think you've disappeared for a minute. Okay. Anyway, yeah. So Sean Connery, I think I'm gonna put him, as I said, in still better than Tom Holland, but he is 009 for me. I think so. J-Man put him in the top, so I'm going to put him in the middle, which means altogether we have George Lazenby as 004, the last on the list. We have Sean Connery, Pierce Brosnan, and Daniel Craig on 005. I had Daniel Craig in 007. I think he is excellent. I also think I had those were where I had I had Pierce Brosnan above Sean Connery as well. And then I have Roger Moore and Timothy Dalton as my top 007. Now, if you want to know how I actually would rank these guys, so now you've seen like the total ranking, this is how I would rank these guys. I've got Roger Moore top, Timothy Dalton second, then I've got Daniel Craig, then I've got Pierce Brosnan, then I've got Sean Connery, and last I've got George Lazenby. So it would be 1, Roger Moore, 2, Timothy Dalton, 3, Daniel Craig, 4, Pierce Brosnan, 5, Scottish Bond, overrated Sean Connery, and last George Lazenby. And that's the way the cookie crumbles as far as this is concerned. Now I think K-Dots may have left. I'm thinking whether, because it's good, we've done it for just an hour now, I might just leave it at this and do the Bond songs when I have a bigger panel to rank the Bond songs. So I think the next one I'm going to do is ranking James Bond themes. I'm going to get a bigger panel of people who know about the Bond movies. So I think I'll leave it at that. Guys, thanks for joining us today. Please like the stream, comment, tell me what is your favorite Bonds. How would you rank the James Bond actors? And also let me know about your Batman theories as well in the comments. And of course, I love the comments. I will respond to the comments. Apart from that, I think I'm going to leave it at that. I will see you on the flip side. I love you 3000. Peace.